Good afternoon, Doc. Good afternoon, classmates. I will report the first part of learning and development. Learning and development is a road to success for any business firm. The need of having better learning and development strategies provides a pathway to learn beyond the horizon, keeps the common aim of the company elucidated among the employees, introduces methodical work culture, allowing grounds for fair promotions, rewards, and incentives, offers a reason for employees to stay in the firm, has a great impact on bottom line productivity and profitability. Then what is training and what is development? Training is a learning process that involves the acquisition of knowledge, sharpening of skills, concepts, rules, or changing of attitudes and behaviors to enhance the performance of employees. While development is a method of allowing employees to grow by giving them opportunities, take on greater or bigger responsibilities in preparation for more challenging tasks in the future, which will be discussed by Mr. Rainier. Employees training and development is the framework for helping employees develop their personal and organizational skills, knowledge, and abilities. Training is important to employee retention. Employees gain still work harder when they notice their personal positional improvement in the industry. Hence, a proper learning and development strategy in human resource management is not only mandatory, rather a necessity. Once time is spent to hire new employees, a company will make sure that the employees are only trained to do the job, but also continue to grow and develop new skills in their job. Thus, this will result in higher productivity for the organization. There are four steps in training: employee orientation, in-house training program, mentoring, and external training. For employee orientation, it has the purpose of welcoming new employees into the organization. It can help reduce startup costs, reduce anxiety for the employee, reduce turnover, save time for the supervisor and colleagues, and help set expectations and attitudes. An in-house training program, it is any type of program that is delivered by someone who works for the company, which may include manager or HR. Some examples are the ethics, training, multicultural, communication, management, customer service training, basic skills training, and etc. For the mentoring, a mentor form of training pairs a new employee with a seasoned employee. This is usually the third step sa employee training, and a mentor program for training should include a formalized program and process. For external training, it is any type of training not performed in-house and ongoing din siya. It can include sending employees to conferences or seminars for leadership development, or even paying tuition for a class they want to take in both local or abroad. So there are several types of training to provide for employees. In all situations, a variety of training types will be used depending on the type of job. So the types of training are required and regular, job and technical, interpersonal and problem solving, developmental, and career. Under required and regular training, so nandun yung new employee orientation, safety training, professional training, and legal training. When we say safety training, it is a type of training that offers to ensure employees are protected from injuries caused by work-related accidents. So this includes disaster planning, evacuation plans, fire drills, and other workplace violence procedures. For professional training and legal training, this is the type of training required to be up to date in one's professional fields. It is normally given externally and might be obtaining certification or specific information needed about a profession to perform a job. For job and technical training, it enables employees to perform their jobs well. So, example is quality training, skills training, tsaka customer relation. For interpersonal and problem-solving training, it addresses both operational and interpersonal problems and seeks to improve organizational working relationships. So, example is interpersonal communication, soft skills, tsaka team training. Soft skills refer to personality traits, social bases, communication, and personal habits that are used to characterize relationships with other people. So soft skills are those that do not relate directly to our job but are important, and it may train someone on how to better communicate and negotiate or provide good customer service. For team training, of course, it develops cohesiveness among team members, allowing them to get to know each other and facilitate relationship building. For development and career training, um, which include managerial training, executive development, business practices, leadership then, and organizational change. Next, there are different training delivery methods. The OJT, or on-the-job coaching training delivery, or yung common name niya, on-the-job training, mentoring and coaching training, brown bag lunch training delivery, web-based training delivery, job shadowing, job swapping, vestibule training, and international assignment training. So for the OJT, this is the common type of training at all levels in an organization, because it is flexible and relevant to what employees do. So OJT is one way to facilitate the employee skills training. For mentoring and coaching, mentoring um, is a type of training delivery wherein a mentor is a trusted, experienced advisor who has direct investment in the development of an employee. So mentoring is a process by which an employee can be trained and developed by an experienced person. For brown bag training delivery, brown bag lunch is created in an informal atmosphere. So as the name suggests, it is the one in which the training occurs during lunchtime. So employees bring their food and someone presents training information to them. Then the trainer could be an HR or management or another employee showing a new technical skill. So it can be also an effective way to perform team training as it brings people together in a more relaxed atmosphere. For the web-based training delivery, it could be called e-learning, internet-based, computer-based, or technology-based training. So meron siyang two types, yung synchronous learning tsaka asynchronous learning. Job shadowing training delivery, it is a method that places an employee who already has the skills with another employee who wants to develop those skills. Apprenticeships use job shadowing as one type of training method. So for example niyan ay yung apprentice electrician would shadow and watch the journeyman electrician perform the skills and tasks and learn by watching. Eventually, the apprentice will be able to learn the skills to do the job alone. For job swapping or training delivery, job swapping is a method for training which two employees agrees to change the jobs for a period of time. Of course, with this training delivery method, other training will be necessary to ensure the employee learns the skills needed to perform the skills of the new job. It can be motivational to employees by providing a change of scenery. It can also be great for the organization as well to cross-train employees to different types of jobs. For vestibule training delivery, it is performed near the work site in conference room, lecture rooms, and classrooms. It is an appropriate method to deliver orientations and some skills-based training. Next is the international assignment training. from which sometimes employees are necessary to provide training who are moving overseas or working overseas. So ensuring success overseas is reliant upon the local employees learning how to navigate the new country by, of course, attending that international assignment training, which includes cultural differences and similarities, insight in daily living in the country, social norms and etiquette, and communication training such as language skills. When developing your training plan, there are a number of considerations. Training is something that should be planned and developed in advance. Training should not be handled casually, but instead, specifically to meet the needs of the organization. So, there's a training program framework development model for that. For the needs of assessment, it consists of three levels: organizational, occupational, and individual assessment. Of course, to know kung yung empleyado ba is kailangan pa mag-undergo ng training. And then, another consideration is the delivery mode, depending on the type of training and other factors, with some modes might be better than another. Budget is also a consideration in developing the training. The cost of materials, cost of time should also be considered. The delivery style must take into account people's individual's learning style. The amount of lecture, discussion, role plays, and activities are considered part of delivery style. The audience for the training is an important aspect also when developing training. This can allow the training to be better developed to meet the needs and the skills of a particular group of people. The content, of course, obviously is an important consideration also. Learning objectives and goals for training should be developed before content is developed. After the content is developed, understanding the time constraints is also important. While the training will take a 1 hour, or how many days to deliver, and what is the timeline consideration in terms when people should take the training. Then letting people know when and where the training will take place is a part of communication. And the final aspect of developing a training framework is to consider how it could be measured, with that at the end, how will you know if the trainees learned what they have needed to learn. So that's the end of my report. And Mr. Rainier will discuss everything about the part 2 of this topic. Thank you for listening.